This is just a quick couple of tips about when you're caulking, when you're just starting to get into the painting stage of a project. I think caulking is one of the most important parts between finishing the drywall and painting, and I'll show you around the place. I've done a bit of caulking already. If you leave everything nice and smooth, it's going to really make a difference after everything's painted. When I'm caulking using gap filler, I don't cut my tip. And why I don't cut my tip is because often this moves around and everything like that, and you pick the gun up, constantly putting it down and picking it up. You don't want to have to realign it back to the correct angle when you're going like that. And as well, when you're going like that, that angle is different to this angle. So I just keep a rounded tip. I always have a wet rag with me whenever I'm doing it, and I keep a wet finger. If you don't have a wet rag with you, it makes it a lot more difficult. Yeah, a lot of people cut the tip on an angle. I don't do that. When you're doing a door frame, something like this, I like to start from the top. You don't want to, if it's a really hot day, you don't want to be going too far and then trying to wipe it off. So you just do bit by bit. I'll just do the corner keys. Get the corners done. Wet my finger. Make sure it's all rubbed in. Key is leave it nice and smooth. Don't leave any dags or anything like that. Really makes the biggest difference in the end. And I like to, fill all the nail holes first, give it a good sand, then caulk. You don't want to sand after caulking. Once you've done that, you can go right down. I'm not going to go right down because you won't be able to see it in this frame. You don't want to see any start and stop marks as well. You want it to be nice and continuous going down. These are professional painting tips, guys. All right. Really like everything to practice. Learn the correct technique, then practice. You don't want your caulking to be too thin, because sometimes it can crack. And then you don't want it to be too thick as well, because then sometimes it will hairline. But in the corners, it's got to be nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. So we're going to caulk everything today. And then paint over it tomorrow. It's very hard to do one-handed. Really need to get a nice wet finger. See that in the corner? You don't want to leave it like that. Okay? Everything's going to be smoothed out. I'll show you how you want to leave it. sometimes you do have to play with it a little till it's perfect, and then you can walk away knowing it's going to dry. Not the best demonstration, but hopefully it helps you out. Have a wet rag. You don't need to cut your tip. Don't caulk too far in front of you where it's going to dry off and make it even harder. Don't leave any roughness. Have everything smoothed over, and then you'll be right.